Limpopo will host South Africa's Miss Heritage pageant in about 2 weeks' time. The event celebrates cultural diversity and world heritage. Joining us now to explain vision and objective of Miss Heritage Global 2022 is its CEO, Mbofholowo Mbodi. Mbofholowo, thank you so much for speaking to us and welcome to this show. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me.
So it's magnificent that this pageant is being held in just under 2 weeks' time. What could you tell us about this year's event in particular?
Well, this year's event is taking place in the beautiful province of Limpopo. It is called the Garden of African's Garden of Eden. And it's called that because of its beauty. So we're very excited that we are hosting this prestigious event in the province of Limpopo.
Is this the first time it's being held in South Africa?
No, this is the third time the event is being held in South Africa. It's taken place in Johannesburg twice. And as an organization, you know, when we decided that we were hosting the event in South Africa yet again, you know, we said we're tired of the concrete jungle. You know, when you speak of South Africa, you speak of Johannesburg, you speak of Durban, and you speak of Cape Town. You know, we're a rainbow nation, and South Africa is a beautiful country. And we wanted the rest of the world to see the beauty of South Africa. And then we decided that we were taking it to Limpopo. You know, there are 3 tribes in Limpopo, Vavenda, Vatsonga, and Vapedi. It's a colorful province. So over and above many other things, we decided that, you know, let's showcase other parts of South Africa.
Now, Heritage Day, September 24th, is a day that recognizes and celebrates the cultural wealth of our country. In that regard, what can visitors expect, and obviously the millions across the globe that will be watching the event?
We have 50 contestants that will be competing in this year's event. Contestants from countries like Slovakia, China, UK, France, Zimbabwe, Zambia, you know. It's quite diverse in culture. So they can expect to see, you know, different culinary experiences. They will get to see the diversity of culture and heritage on an international platform. So those are some of the things they can expect. They're going to see the beauty of the province in Limpopo, the friendliness, the warmth of the people of Limpopo.
So do we expect the participants to be taken on a tour on a number of excursions and other activities during the time that they're here?
Yes. So the contestants arrive this Sunday and they will be in Johannesburg for 4 days. We will be taking them to heritage sites. You know, we're taking them to Freedom Park. We're going to have a seshing ceremony there. Sessions are the belts that the contestants wear. We have a seshing ceremony at the Freedom Park. We are taking them to the ranch in Polokwane. We are taking them to PPD waterfalls. We are taking them to Kalahari waterfront where the event will be taking place. It's stunning. The property has a 180 degrees view of the dam. Wow. It's actually currently the biggest convention center in the Limpopo province. They will be going to Limpopo has the largest number of parks in South Africa. So they will be going to Mapungubwe. They will learn a little bit about the heritage and the culture at Mapungubwe. And we will take them to Sun Park in Punda Maria.
Now, Miss Heritage Global is being held at a time where one of the big talking points in the country is tourism. Now, how important, what sort of impact do you expect this to have on tourism when you look at the fact that you've got 50 countries that are participating, presumably outside of South Africa, it's another 49 countries that have their own citizens all over the world that will be spotlighting South Africa for this period?
I mean, it's an overall experience that we are going to give the tourists that will be visiting Limpopo. And as we're speaking, the accommodation facilities in Limpopo are full. You know, if you've not booked 2 weeks ago, 1 month ago, you are already in trouble. So there'll be a lot of feet, and the province itself gets to showcase the beauty of its province. You know, it is quite a beautiful province, and the offerings are quite diverse. Like I said, you get to go to the Kruger National Park. You get to see the waterfalls. You get to see the dam. You get to see, you know, that in as much as we do not consider it a big city, it is quite a big city.
Well, I suppose the next question has got to be, how is Miss Heritage different to any other pageant that we've watched?
Miss Heritage Global is different because it celebrates and it preserves heritage and culture of the entire world. You know, we say we celebrate our differences as individuals, and those differences is what unites us. So one other element that makes Miss Heritage different is that we do not have a swimwear segment. Because, you know, in other parts of the...
Might be a disappointment for some.
I know it. In some parts of the world, you know, women can't show their skin, and we're saying we want to celebrate heritage and culture, not just the beauty of women. Yes, we look at that, but, you know, we celebrate the heritage and culture of individuals. So we don't have that swimwear segment because we want everyone to be able to participate in the pageant. So
what are the segments that you do have?
We have a evening gown segment. We have a cultural segment.
Okay, so interesting that you have that cultural segment. Talk to us about that particular segment and what can we expect, certainly from the South African participant.
The South African participant this year is Zabelo Hlaviswa, and she is from the KZN. She will be representing South Africa, and you should see her attires. Very, very colorful Zulu beads, etc., etc. But you know, the cultural segment of the pageant shows the difference in culture. You know, you'll see Miss China wearing, you know, her outfit, and she looks completely different once she also has the makeup that she has on, as opposed to when she wears her evening gown.
Now, let's talk about the judges, the panel of judges. I'd like to imagine that there's a cross-section, cultural cross-section of judges. Correct me if I'm wrong, first thing. And second issue is, what would they be looking for?
Well, the judges are looking for someone, a contestant who will be able to represent our brand. And our brand says you need to be proud of who you are. Because if you are not proud of who you are, you do not know where you are going. So you need to be someone who's proud of where you come from. You need to be proud of where you're going. You need to hold your flag high and represent your country.
Now, the one thing that we've become all too familiar with is the advocacy of many social issues, certainly by various pageant winners. Are there any social issues that will be advocated? What are the terms of reference, if you will, of the winner for the next 12 months during which they are crowned Miss Heritage Global? Well,
the pageant winner will be based here in South Africa for the next 12 months. And basically, she will be interacting. You know, we do not know who the winner is, but she will be getting out of her comfort zone to go and visit, you know, other and experiencing other cultures.
So if it's Miss Slovakia that wins, then Miss Slovakia will relocate to South Africa for a period of 12 months. Well, let's talk about the prizes. What comes with that title of Miss Heritage Global?
Well, it is a buffet. It's a buffet of prices. You know, they will go on holiday. They win a holiday trip with their family. There is a car that is included there, and they will get an apartment here in South Africa.
And language, if language is a barrier, or do we assume that every single one of them speaks English?
Not all of them speak English. We have some who speak French, and some who speak Spanish.
Okay, final question. Now, you've been CEO of Miss Heritage Global for, what, is it the last 12 months?
The last 7 months.
The last 7 months.
Correct.
What do you bring to the table, so to speak? What can we expect? What is the touch that Mbofholowo brings to Miss World Heritage?
I bring diversity. You know, I'm also the first female CEO, so I also bring a motherly touch. I'm also the youngest CEO, so I also bring freshness.
I'm not going to ask how old you are, but I'm definitely surprised that men were running Miss Heritage Global. So obviously, advocate for women's rights. I can only imagine that there are many women across the country, across the globe, that are looking up to you to represent, if you will.
That's correct. I call myself the advocate of the underdogs.
Awesome. I like that. And finally, before we let you go, those that would like to watch to come out and watch or watch it on television, how do they get involved?
So there are tickets that are on sale at Ticket Pro, and we will be streaming live on YouTube. We also will be, we have been speaking to a couple of media houses to have it broadcasted on TV. But they should please follow us on our social media platforms, and all relevant information will be there.
What are those handles?
At Miss Heritage Global on Twitter, at Miss Heritage Global on Instagram, and Miss Heritage Global on Facebook.
Mbofholowo Mbodi, CEO, Miss Heritage Global. Thank you so much for coming on to the show.